This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Hey, want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Bryan text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
We're here in Program Password with Frank and Amelia, Lil B, and myself and Tennessee. And you know what I used to always say when I would hear teams say, well, we came out flat? I used to mock and ridicule that. I now believe it. We just came out flat, that's all. We'll be fine as the game goes on.
Well, the problem is your teammate didn't even show up for warm-ups.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this for days. I've been playing with myself. I got every clue on the first one.
Well, then you want elevation change. You have to come up flat 5 stories.
Correct.
There's an elevation change factor here, too. So we got that.
And he had that potty break, too. So, there was a lot going on.
Computer is at an all-time high right now.
I feel good about where we're at.
If this were a fight, they'd stop it, right, Tennessee? What's the score right now?
Yeah, Lil B and Amelia reeled off a 28-0 run to end it. So that's 46-19. The ladies have the lead over the guys. As always, you can watch the second half of Program Password at KFAN.com/watch.
Let's get it going.
All right.
Let's make the comeback even sweeter.
Back to the game. Common and Amelia. Take a look at the iPad, please. The password is WAVE. Can you guys even see it over there? Because I'm watching
it. It hasn't changed.
Who's ever running
there it is. There it is.
Zacco.
Yeah. There we go. I think he fell asleep.
No, Zacco.
Common, you have a big deficit here. So that means you have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
I'm going to go second.
All right. Amelia and Lil B for 10.
Surf.
Wave.
Oh,
wow.
How did I not go with that? I'm sorry.
Great clue.
They're good. It's tough. It's tough. I don't fault you at all for that. I support you as a teammate and a professional radio disc jockey.
That was really bad for me to pass on that.
38-0 run for Lil B and Amelia. They lead 56-19. Frank and Lil B. Take a look at the iPad.
You're going to get to that interview early.
The password is final. All right, Frank.
Let me try that line again. Tennessee cut me off. Let me try it again. You're going to get to that interview early.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Frank.
Can only hope.
It's time to stop the bleeding. You're down 37. You got a big decision to make here. You want to go first or second?
No, it's an easy decision. We're going second.
Oh, okay.
Watch.
Lil V and Amelia for 10.
Conclusion.
End.
Frank and Common for 9.
Score.
Point.
Lil B and Amelia for 8.
That's
it.
It's not a bad guess.
Frank and Common for 7.
Completion.
Oh, I know now.
End. Why do I
Lil
not
B
know
and
this?
Amelia for 6.
End.
All.
Frank and Common for 5.
Oh, now I know. No,
Said that last time.
I think I said it. No, never mind. I don't know.
Frank and Common for 5.
End.
Finish.
All right, last one. Lil B and Amelia for 4.
That's
Final.
Yes.
we'll take it. It's fine.
Sorry.
We'll take any points. It's fine. That was a hard word.
It was. I was hoping if she did end and I did score.
I just went on to hear exam.
Exam, or I was wondering if someone was going to sing Countdown, as in Final Countdown.
Oh, that's a good one, Tenna.
Nice, Tenna.
All right.
How many years will it be before I get asked back? 2, 3?
No,
I go out of town again in December. They'll have you back then.
This is how it works on Program Password. Even if you're awful, we bring you back. Ask us. As long as you're no, but we don't care. It's when you're entertaining. And
You guys are entertaining.
Yeah.
You're entertaining. That's
Sale
the
of
key,
Century
but we don't
story
care.
was a good one.
We don't care.
That
if
was a
you're
good
terrible.
story.
That being said, I might play against Muss next time just to give yourself a chance to win. 60-19, Lil B and Amelia, you're 20 points away
go,
from a
Amelia.
win. Common and Amelia, take a look at the iPad. The password is tag. All right, Common, down 41 points. Option is on you. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Common and Frank for a much-needed 10.
It.
Spot.
Amelia and Lil B for 9.
Price.
Tag.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I thought that was really good.
I had it on yours.
Did you?
I did. Because of the way you said it. Not that you didn't give a good
No,
clue. Amelia.
no. I get it.
Like tag it?
Yeah,
You're
like
it.
tag.
You're it.
You're it.
You're
Tag.
it.
You're
Tag,
it.
you're it.
You're it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't play tag when you were a kid.
I did play tag. But there's a little bit of a jump between tag, you're it.
Not really.
But
No.
Well,
Little B.
You know, I got
Lil
it.
B got it.
I feel like I need to go to the bathroom again.
Well, you are peeing down your leg right now, so.
At least emotionally.
Is that it now? Is that over? Did they win?
It's getting close.
Let's not capitulate. I mean, let's fight to the end, Common.
69-19. Lil B and Amelia, you're 11 points away from a win.
Here we go.
We're only
Frank
50 back. That's
And
all.
Lil B, take a look at the iPad, please.
5 10-pointers.
The password is moon.
What a beatdown.
Zacco?
Hello.
Zacco? Here we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Frank, you're going to have the option for a long time to go here. You're down 50 points,
Yeah.
but that's just 5 10s in a row.
That's all.
It's not that challenging.
Really not.
You got the option.
Remember we were talking about when we graduated from high school?
Hey, no. You can't do
you
that.
can't be talking ahead of
You can't
time.
do that.
Oh.
You cannot.
Are you
So
going
you're
first or second?
We're going first.
Okay. Yeah, no lead up to your clue being given. Frank and Common for 10.
Keith.
Richards.
Good guess.
I knew that wasn't it.
Lil B and Amelia for 9.
Sun?
Moon.
Who's Keith?
Keith Moon.
Who's that?
The greatest drummer in the world.
Sounds
Next
like
to
it.
John Bonham.
Who?
That's right.
No, he's not with the Who.
That's right. Keith was with The Who, and Bonham was with Led Zeppelin.
You should have done Sun.
I should have. I didn't think of
But
that.
that could be SON.
Yeah.
But
All right, here's where we're at. Lil B and Amelia, you have 78 points. So any correct answer, you win.
Let's go.
Common and Frank, you only need to reel off 61 points here.
Awesome. Keith Richards was a great guess.
Common,
Richards just wouldn't be.
Wouldn't be a clue, though.
It wouldn't be a clue.
Common and Amelia, look at the iPad, please. The password is bridge. All right, Common.
We'll go first.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds confident. Common and Frank for 10.
Stone Arch.
Bridge.
Thank you.
Is that one word?
wait,
That's
that's
two
one word?
words.
No, it's not. It's one.
yes, it's
Go ahead.
two
It's
words.
Stone Arch is.
It's one in the vernacular
Really?
used in Minneapolis. Yeah,
Yes.
and you have to go with what the local custom is, and
Yeah,
the custom
I'm
is it's
gonna
a
look
one
it up.
one name word. If you look it up in
not
Google,
according
it's
to the
gonna be-
internet. It's two words.
But
It's
if you,
two words.
If
Not
you,
if you look up the right.
if you look it up, in
Look
the,
up Stone Arch Bridge.
if you were
I
to
am.
go down there,
It's
and
a
see
Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board. There's a
No
space
way.
between it.
Yes, it is. It's Stone
It's a
Arch
stone
Bridge.
space.
Why
You
Arch-
can't even spell.
why don't you just give it to us?
No, that is 10
I'm trying to get
points
to
for
100, son.
10 points for Lil B and Amelia, and they are victorious. Congratulations.
Yes.
So not only do we lose on a penalty.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how
You
the
want to
game
go
works.
one more round? You
No,
want to do one more?
no. You have that interview, and I'm uncomfortable.
Well, now that we have more time than I was expecting, Frank and Amelia, you guys are heading up for a football
yeah.
game this weekend?
If I would have
What's going
said
on?
Brooklyn, would you have said Bridge? Do you
For
think?
sure.
Yes.
I was going to say Brooklyn.
For
too.
sure. If you would have said Verrazano, I would have said Bridge.
If I would have said Quai.
Yes, I would have got that for
Would you
sure.
really, for sure?
Absolutely. Do.
Do.
Yeah. Bridge over fabulous movie.
Now
I
they're going
remember
over
watching it with my dad.
Hints they should, which clues they should
I
have
thought
done.
for sure Stone Arch was one.
It's 2 words.
Yeah.
2 words.
I like
sorry.
I like the way you went. No, now if you look at the local vernacular, it was really good and very convincing.
Minnesota travel.
It was really good. It was like,
That's what we call BSing over
Yeah,
there.
right.
Right away,
But
right?
it was
Well,
convincing.
It
locally-
was convincing.
You're a good
Locally.
BSer. Yeah, it's
Thank you.
obvious. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you. Finding that
BSer.
out?
One day I'm going to have a television show. Maybe work with my wife.
My wife.
Well,
Borat.
okay, we were worried about not having enough time.
Well, let's chat.
Yeah, SJU versus
I was told to ask you about that.
Tenna.
yeah.
Okay.
So, a big homecoming game. Our friend Tom Wick is receiving a really great, prestigious award at halftime. So there's going to be a lot of friends and family of folks that we know in common up there. And I am in charge, along with Billy Kozlak of Jack's Cafe, of the tailgate extravaganza.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone listening, it begins at 11 o'clock. Look for the big banner.
What are you serving?
only-
Huh?
What are you serving?
An array of.
A barbacoa, quesadilla, a veggie selection.
Okay, I'm in.
Lots of assorted nuts and all the accoutrements. to go
wait,
with
hold
it.
on.
Snacks.
Can we please talk about this? So, my girlfriend is also helping him because her husband's being honored.
Yeah, she's doing all
and
of
she's
it.
Going
I'm just
over,
taking credit.
Yes. And so she was trying to figure out she called me, she goes, your husband keeps bringing up the nuts and chips. Because I said, listen to me. We could have I could have 20 appetizers, like at the cabin or something, people over, and he'll go and come out with a bowl of nuts and put the nuts out
Thank you
there.
for your contribution.
No, I'm a good cook. I have good appetizers, but I think it's important to have like a nice California pistachio common,
here we
or
go.
maybe some mixed nuts or some honey roasted nuts.
Star.
Nuts.
No, Ringo.
Oh, my gosh.
If we're doing drummers, see,
What
that's
is
why I couldn't
happening?
get Keith Moon
Yeah,
when
but-
I said
Okay.
Star.
But that's the
Moon.
last name. You can't do the last name.
Well, you could.
Oh my God.
Wait, so you're going to have Bloody Mary bar at this
Bloody
time?
Mary.
What's the
mimosa,
name of the place again?
High noon.
Tailgating at the St. John's.
Some other some
Yes.
kids drinks for kids. There's some new one out called like Sunfish.
I'm not gonna bring any kids.
No, I don't mean like your little kids. I mean like 20-year-olds.
Is it like a...
Yeah, you got to cater to them
Yeah,
too.
they're there. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're drinking.
Weather, top 10 weather day.
All
It's going to
right,
be fabulous.
Johnny football.
let's go.
We thank the both of you for coming in and
Oh,
playing
it's always
again.
fun
It was always
coming
a lot of
in.
fun. We'd love to have you again soon.
We would love to.
Really?
Yes. Now I've lost with now I've lost with Amelia and I've lost with Frank both. So I feel
You're
like
complete.
Barb and I are
Yes, I'm
2
very
and 2.
complete.
Yeah, we play well together.
Very good.
You guys are great.
So we'll see you next time, and we'll see.
All right.
You're doing 4 and
I'm
6.
at 4 and 6.
You're doing
4, 5, 6, and 10. What the hell?
I love you. I love you.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Lil B.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
We'll take a break, come back with more Common Man program here on The Fan.
Fan.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, or just made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way with iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who's gone above and beyond for their students to win $5,000 to stock their classroom with whatever they need. Today's Teacher of the Day is Christopher Lamprecht, who teaches at Seven Hills Preparatory Academy in Richfield, and who folks told us is not only inspiring his 6th grade students in the subject of science, but also working hard for the school as a whole in his additional role of PTA representative. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Nominate your favorite teacher at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Couple 13-14 past Common Man program. I'm Common. He is Tenna B. Why don't we go ahead, Tenna B, and do a Ryder Cup update if you've got some information regarding that. I think you're right. The TV screen is probably much more updatable than it is on online because the online's a little
I went to a
behind.
different website. It's weird.
Okay.
The PGA Tour website is always the slowest when it comes to loading screen. You'd think they would be
Johnny
the
on the
fastest.
spot and on top of it.
So Europe was up 3-1 after the morning foursomes. Right now they're doing the afternoon four balls, and it is basically each side has two that they are currently leading. The Europeans leading the first matchup, which is Sepp Straka and John Rahm. They're 2 up over Scotty Scheffler and JJ Spahn. They're through 9 there. Spahn actually birdied the first hole to put U.S. up 1 in that one, but they are now down 2 to the Europeans. The second matchup, Bryson DeChambeau and Ben Griffin are 1 up on Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. Looks like they're also through 9. Justin Thomas and Cameron Young are 2 up for the Americans against Rasmus Højgaard and Ludwig Oberg.
Well, and Thomas just stuffed, or Young just stuffed it in close, but then Oberg followed suit. So they both got about 6 footers, it looks like.
Did they get some rain there recently? Because I've seen a lot of approach shots that are just sticking right in the green.
I don't know. My guess is it probably is soft.
So I think they're very soft. And then in the final matchup, Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, they were down 1 after 1, but they're now 2 up through 8 over Patrick Cantlay and Sam Burns. So 3-1 Europeans right now in the 4 matchups. There's 2 red flags and 2 blue flags.
I saw a story, Tenneby. This is sort of in the same vein as leaving early for Dublin, for elevation change, altitude difference, for time zones, for circadian rhythms and body clocks and jet lag. There's a story by Florio. Eagles will go to Tampa a day early to acclimate to the heat. So instead of going on Saturday, they're going to go on Friday. Nick Sirianni told reporters on Wednesday, everything we do is to try to make sure that our process is right and give ourselves the best chance to win. If your process is off, then you don't have as much of a chance. There was a part of our process when we studied some things in the off season with the heat and everything like that. Get out there a day earlier to acclimate, 1 less day off the plane before you play a game. The only problem is, Nick, is the science doesn't back up what you are saying in any way, shape, or form. If you Google Grok or AI, it says, and ask them, can a person acclimate themselves to weather conditions, especially heat in a day? It says, no, a person cannot fully acclimate to a hotter climate in a single day. Significant psychological adaptations to heat take days to weeks, typically 10 to 14 days for full acclimatization through consistent gradual exposure and exercise. While initial benefits can be seen sooner, a single day is insufficient for the body to develop the necessary sweat rate, sweat salt concentration changes, and cardiovascular adaptations needed for proper heat tolerance. So while Nick and his crew are thinking they're really smart and look what we're doing, it's another exercise in futility. Going early is just okay to go early sometimes if you'd rather spend a couple of days, but just to know that it's not going to make any difference in their performance by being in the heat one day and then there's no dramatic change in one day. It's a physical impossibility. So
in spread swing the other day, I had Tampa Bay plus 3.5 as like my next choice. Mm-hmm. If my first 2 had been sniped, that was going to be my choice, was Tampa Bay plus 3.5 because they're 3.5 underdogs at home.
And was it because of the heat?
But it is supposed to be 90 degrees there.
Yeah.
Now I would assume there's a good chunk of the Philadelphia Eagles players that are from southern locations.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
It's not like it's the first time they've played 90-degree heat. It's more so just Tampa Bay is also, if you're going to stop Philadelphia, you got to be able to stop the run. And Tampa Bay is a top 5 defense in the league against the run.
Okay.
And Philadelphia's passing game so far has been a little meh. They've just been so good defensively and such good from a running standpoint that they've been good. But I think Tampa Bay might sneak that one out. Now that I hear how Sirianni thinks, now I'm even more convinced I should have gone that route.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't, and again, the heat thing I think is a little overblown because, I guess what I'm saying is it probably would be an advantage to Tampa Bay. They're there not year round, but during the season, that's where they are based. So they've been there for a week. I don't know, did they have a home game last week? They probably did before that. But for Philadelphia to come from there and thinking one day that's going to make it, that's just Nick thinking too hard. We brought.
Isn't it going to throw off their precious schedules?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I remember somebody Fleck was going to do it. Remember, Fleck was going to, because of a 9:30 start, he was going to change everything, and they lost the game. And that, matter of fact, I recanted this tale, and I'll do it quickly again. It was back when I was doing high school basketball, play-by-play back in the early to mid-'80s in Wyoming. Ron Moore was the head coach of Mountain View High School, the Mountain View Buffaloes. And he did the same thing. They had a 9 a.m. state tournament game. So we worked their schedule so that 9 a.m. would feel like 7 p.m. So we had them, go to bed earlier or get up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So that when 9 o'clock rolled around, it was like game time. And they got crushed. It didn't help them in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, you just take both teams are going to have to play at 9. It's not going to make that big of a difference. And kids are kids. They can get up. I mean, think about it. Kids, my boy, when he played basketball for travel and AAU, they had 8 a.m. games and 9 p.m. games and everything in between. And the amount of rest, the earlier game didn't affect them any more than it did the night game. So sometimes I just think you overthink these things and just say, it's about blocking, tackling, passing, catching, running, and kicking. That's what it's about.
I was just going to say, sometimes I think you overdo it so much that it's almost detrimental to your team because you've now given your players excuses like, now they're thinking, I do feel different. I do feel off. I don't feel like the same.
Someone just said it's 81 in Philly. So it's 90 in Tampa. Now, Tampa's, you got the humidity there is always pretty high.
Yeah.
I think it's like, so there is a difference. But I just think, maybe Philadelphia will win and Nick Sirianni will go there and say, you know what the reason was? And people go, what's that, Nick? And he scored more points than the other team. And Nick's going to go, nope, we acclimated to the heat in one day. And then we're going to always make it up as he goes along because it's not scientifically, it's not possible to acclimate in one day. So there you go. Let's do this. Let's take a break, come back. We call the last segment of the week the Victory Formation segment. We've had another winning week. When haven't we? That's coming your way next here on the Common Man program on The Fan.
Country's Outlaw is coming to Minneapolis. Don't miss Eric Church live at Grand Casino Arena on February 7th.
On the road again.
The Chief.
So good to be on the road again.
The Chief brings the fire, and you don't want to miss it.
No.
Tickets go on sale Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m.
I was country when country wasn't cool.
Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Double 13-14 pass here on the Common Man program. A question for you, Tenneby. In your humble suburban enclave, would you describe your yard as, do you have a big yard, medium-sized yard, small yard, when you put everything together, back and front, and the...
I wouldn't say small yard. I wouldn't say big yard. So I guess I would say medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of trees in your yard?
Too many trees. I wish they were all gone.
So you have a lot of leaves that fall in autumn, right? Do you despise raking your leaves? Do you rake your leaves? Do you hire somebody to rake them? What do you do?
Typically, I do them myself unless the schedule is just so off that I don't have time to do it, which sometimes happens because it's kind of during hockey season.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Do you ever just mow over your leaves?
Sure.
Because I don't know why more people don't do that. I guess it would put the rake business out of business, because I've got proof again on a story I stumbled across that says, should you rake your leaves or just mow them? Here's what the experts recommend. Key points. Leaving fall leaves on your lawn saves time, boosts soil health, and helps nature thrive through the seasons. Shredded leaves decompose quickly, feeding your grass, enriching garden beds, and acting as a natural mulch to stop weeds. Dry leaves help create rich soil while supporting insects, butterflies and biodiversity. And I like biodiversity. I like when everybody's happy and the butterflies are butterflying and the insects are insecticiding. I've always known this, yet I will see during the fall in my neighborhood, everywhere I drive, you'll see people out there blowing their leaves and raking their leaves. And I'm thinking, you're wasting your time and your energy. This is, do you bag your grass with the lawnmower? I never,
No.
Again, I have to have a guy come in and dethatch every once in a while, once every couple of years. Same thing, bagging your, I can go around one time around my backyard and I got to empty that bag. Do you know how many times I'd have to empty that bag if I emptied that bag? And it's the same thing with your grass clippings. And I'm a radio gardener, so I understand these kinds of things. That's what I do for a living. That, again, is like a fertilizer. It enriches your soil. My yard looks like a green thumb. It's a Better Homes and Garden kind of a... People, stop. Think about all the time you would save, Teddy, instead of just like missing the first half of the Gophers game because you have to rake your leaves. You can watch the entire Gopher. You don't have to rake your leaves. So for those of you that have been a league raker, not leave raker, you don't need to do that anymore. Another story, Tennessee. I don't think you have this problem because I think you do nap on the job. I've caught you over there every once in a while with nodding off during the grump. Devoted nap takers explain the benefits of sleeping on the job. Dateline New York, they snooze in parking garages, on side streets before the afternoon school run, in nap pods rented by the hour or stretched out in bed while working from home. People who make a habit of sleeping on the job compromise a secret society of sorts within the U.S. labor force. Inspired by famous power nappers like Winston Churchill and Albert Einstein, today's committed nap takers often sneak in short rest breaks because they think the practice will improve their cognitive performance, but it does still carries a stigma. Multiple studies have extolled the benefits of napping, such as enhanced memory and focus. A mid-afternoon siesta is the norm in parts of Spain and Italy and China and Japan. Nodding off is encouraged, since working to the point of exhaustion is seen as a display of dedication, according to a study in the journal Sleep. Yet it's hard to catch a few Z's during regular business hours in the U.S., where people who nap can be viewed as lazy. People in radio can be viewed as lazy if they read lists a lot, not necessarily if they're sleeping. The federal government even bans sleeping in its buildings while at work, except in rare circumstances. Then they have quotes from people. They also say the art of napping, how to do it, this, that, and the other thing. Do you ever take naps at all? Like, but with kids, I guess you can't. I understand that. But like, would you be, were you ever a kind of person like on a Saturday, you go, I'm going to go down for 90 minutes or an hour, take a little nap and catch up on some sleep?
No. One, I'm kind of programmed to working in this time slot. That's 5 days of the week. This kind of like prime nap time. Correct. And so my brain's not scheduled to do it then anyway. But also, yes, when you have kids, especially when they're really young, as much as you want to nap because you are tired a lot of the time, you just don't have time to do it. And you also, like, if you did do it, like if you have like that dad guilt, or maybe even, I guess you might call it husband guilt of, oh, my wife's going to do all the work while I'm sitting here just napping on the couch. So, no, I am one of those people that has to have X amount of hours of sleep to function properly. Okay. Otherwise I get a little crabby. But I'm also someone who tries to do the best I can to making sure I get that sleep at night, and then I don't ever take naps. No.
Would you like to take a nap?
Sometimes on the weekend it would be nice. I'm guessing once the kids leave the house someday, I'll take some weekend naps.
Here's my problem with taking a nap. And I don't know what that exact...
You need like 30 minutes.
Well, here's the thing. If I nap too long, like let's say I go for an hour 90, I feel worse when I get up, and I feel bad for for almost an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like, I guess maybe, and again, I'm not a sleep expert, but I'm assuming you go into some type of a deep sleep of some sort. I don't know if they call it that. What is that REM, rapid eye movement thing, that band, rapid eye movement. But I don't know. But so naps, to me, they were counterproductive, so I stopped taking them. Now, if I'm watching a game on TV on a Saturday afternoon, you can ask Deuce next time he's on with on Program Password. How many times does he see this? I'm going to do the visual for you. I'll have my phone in my hands like this. I'll be reading. And then it falls on my chest because I fall asleep. He sees it happen all the time. So even reading or watching TV, I can drift off, but I don't go into a deep nap like I roll over and then take a nap. So I can drift off, but I'm worse if I take a nap. It's just, it doesn't do me any good.
If I'm napping, it's because I didn't get enough sleep overnight. Like I would never just get a normal night's sleep and then go, I'm just going to take a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I think I'm
not going to work.
I'm with you there. And there was one other story I had. This is about eating and not your eating habits. We've already gone over that. Why would anybody care that you don't like pickle juice on your bun? We know that. And your hamburger bun. Do you eat fast?
Do I eat fast?
Yeah. This is about speed eating. This is not like a contest, though. It's not like the hot Joey Chestnut, as many hot dogs you eat. Like when you sit down to eat, are you a person that takes
I would say I'm probably in the upper 50%. I would say I'm above average.
Okay.
I'm not the Usain Bolt of eating.
This one says, think about this. If you're the kind of person who can regularly polish off breakfast, lunch, or dinner in less than 20 or 30 minutes, you're eating too fast.
Tana,
I'm eating too fast.
Who takes more than 30 minutes to eat their meal?
No. Especially when you've now maybe they're also including, separating your fruit chews like you have to do. Maybe that's what they're talking about, the separation of food.
Once you start eating, it doesn't take anyone more than 30 minutes.
Well, I don't think, unless you're let's say you go out to a fine dining, and Rosa would know all about this, I wish you were here. You go out to a fine dining establishment, right? And they come out and they bring you a basket of bread, right? And then all of a sudden they bring you your appetizer, and then they bring you your salad, and then they bring you your main, your entree. And then I suppose if you have dessert, they bring that. That's going to be 90 minutes on a night out, right? It's going to take you 90 minutes to start to finish, but that's on a night. That's not normally.
But that's not when they start eating. That's right. You're waiting for your order to come.
Right. But my point is that's when you have a 90-minute meal. If you go home, let's say on a Thursday, and you got hockey, and let's say your wife is, I don't know if she rattles the pots and pans, if you do, if you both do, or if you get taken over, but let's say it's right. Well, you're getting dinner on the table as fast as you can, and you're just chowing it down because you got practice starting at 7:00. I don't even think this is possible. Here's what it says. This is Leslie Heinberg. She's at the Center of Behavioral Health at the Cleveland Clinic. She says it takes about 20 minutes for the stomach to communicate to the brain via a whole host of hormonal signals that it's full. So when people eat rapidly, they can miss these signals, and it's very easy to eat beyond the point of fullness. And that is true. When you eat fast, you don't realize how have you ever done that, Tenneby? You're eating really fast, and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I'm really getting full. Or doesn't that happen to you?
No, I've never eaten so fast where I feel full, no.
People who eat quickly are likely to swallow more air, which could lead to bloating or indigestion. Not chewing your food properly can comprise digestion, meaning you won't get all the nutrients from your food. Unchewed pieces of food could also get stuck in your esophagus, and that is a problem. Yeah. Some previous studies have suggested that people who eat quickly have the highest risk of obesity, while the slowest eaters were least likely to be obese. Now, you can ask Deuce this one, too. I must eat way too fast because there'll be times I'll swallow air and all of a sudden I got to pound my chest like this. He thinks I'm having a heart attack or doing the Heimlich. Yeah. But it's because there's nothing more painful than eating and swallowing air. It feels like you're about to die. This one says, how can you slow down eating? For starters, turn off the TV and put down your phone. It says if you're eating while you watch TV, people tend to eat until there's a commercial or the show is over. when we do things while we're eating less mindfully, and that often causes us to eat more. Heinberg also acknowledged that the pace at which you eat is often an ingrained habit, but said the change is still possible. She suggested things like using your non-dominant hand to eat. So I'm supposed to try to eat left.
Should I eat left-handed?
I don't think that would stop me from shoveling it in. I really don't think.
Well, you would eat slower just because the coordination would be a little more.
Yeah, here's another.
But if I mean like a burger, I'd be fine just doing it left-handed.
Trying utensils you might not ordinarily use, like chopsticks.
Well, yeah.
Or taking a deliberate break to drink water when your plate is partially empty. Yeah, the chopsticks, but, I don't know how you're going to cut your steak with chopsticks. I just don't know how it goes. You have to take the chopsticks and stab the piece of meat and put it up to your mouth and chew on it and then
You'd
drop
have to
it
eat
back
every
on the
pea
plate.
individually.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where you get a straw. Remember, Rose, when somebody loves peas? I think you eat peas with a straw. I just don't see how anybody, there's not a chance. This one says, it takes me over 30 minutes to eat. A lot of times if I'm not at a table, I'll take me an hour, so I've never eaten fast. I eat fast and I get the hiccups. This one says Rosen is famous for how fast he eats his words. Well, that is true. He does gobble them down in a real hurry.
He eats that crow really fast.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then that egg on his face, he scrapes that up and chows on that too. I don't know. Maybe I better slow. And I've often thought about slowing. Well, I'm trying to eat better now, and so I'm eating small portions. And I've lost some weight. Go ahead. Thank you. And because the portions are so small, I want to savor it. I don't want to eat really fast, right? Like if you got a big old double cheeseburger with everything on it, and you got onion rings and blah 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 and a milkshake. I mean, you can take your time because there's so much there. But when you've only got a few ounces of protein and a few ounces of vegetables and a few ounces of fruit, man, don't even think about taking any of my food, man, because I don't got much here. So I think the less food I have in where I'm at right now, trying to lose weight, I actually do eat slower because I'm savoring every damn bite because there isn't much there.
I feel like I just do the same speed regardless.
Yeah, well, and it's different for me. I can tell you that. Surefire way to lose weight is to only eat while you're shirtless in front of a mirror. Well, that'll probably do it. The moment's come, Tennessee. Steelers Vikings this Sunday in Dublin. 8:30 is the pregame. Be here for the boom at 6:30 is the pregame. Be here for the boom at 8:30. I talked about it earlier. I'm not one that breaks down the all 22 and looks at, how does Pittsburgh do against the run and how are they running the ball? How are they against the pass? How well did they do with the pass and all those kind of statistics like that? I'm more of the esoteric approach, more of just a feel guy. And I feel like right now, and I know it was Cincinnati with Browning, and I know that I don't know if their offensive line and their defensive lines are as bad as they appeared to be, or if that was a lot of it had to do with the Vikings. Sometimes when you talk about a team being really bad, well, sometimes it's the other team is playing really good, And I just feel like the Vikings played pretty well last week against Cincinnati. I think football more than any of the sports tend to be when you play as badly as they did against Atlanta, I don't think many players had a good game. And you heard the coach on Monday. He sounded like he was speaking at a funeral. It was awful. And I think the team, I don't know if they got serious or decided this is no way to that's a bad game. We should not have lost the Atlanta Falcons at home like that. And they put together a pretty good game. Wentz was competent. Defense was really good. Zayraj was terrific. I think Pittsburgh's not a bad club. I mean, they're 2-1. I don't know. They haven't played a lot of, the Jets aren't very good. They beat the Jets, and they had to struggle to do that. Their other wins were against...
they beat New England last week by 7.
And New England's okay. They kind of up and coming now, but...
They're not awful, but yeah. Right.
So...
I don't think they're a playoff team.
Yeah, and again, Cincinnati, I think part of that... I think losing Burrow to them, I don't know this, I'm not in the locker room. I guess I'm trying to be an amateur psychologist. But I think when they lost Burrow, I think psychologically that hurt them more.
Especially for how long they knew he was out, too.
Yes, exactly.
It's not, hey, we'll have him back in 4 weeks.
Right. And this isn't meant to be derogatory toward McCarthy, but the club had only known the guy. I mean, he was with the team last year, all that, but he's only started 2 games for him, right? It's not like Joe Burrow's considered one of the best quarterbacks in pro football. Like you say, that's an excellent point. They were going to lose him for maybe the entire season. So I think maybe that played a part into Cincinnati, but I'm going to homer it up, and I think the Vikings are going to win the game. I don't know. It should be competitive. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. You know, they always say, should be a great, no, it's going to be a great one. Well, no, sometimes you say, well, you think it's going to be. I don't even know if this will be a great game. I just think the Vikings.
I feel like all the games across the pond are always just kind of sluggish and not much explosive plays happening. And I would guess that's kind of Pittsburgh's style of play anyway. So, I don't know if we're going to see the same explosion out of the Vikings from a scoring standpoint that we saw last week.
You like the purple in this one, though? I think I do. I'm going to do the homer pick, and I'm going to take the Vikings. It'll be this way. It'll be disappointing to lose, particularly if Wentz is instrumental in the loss. You know, again, I don't know how much I trust him either, other than he's got some veteran savvy. And if he does that point guard stuff, guys get open, he gets protection. Most quarterbacks can be competent if they've got protection and got a good game plan and they've got some good weapons. Most quarterbacks can do well. But if he just plays awful and they lose, then you're kind of going, McCarthy, you know, he's coming back eventually, but he hasn't been very good, save one quarter. And then you got Wentz now regresses after 1 week. You know, that'd be disappointing.
I guess it's hard to completely rule out A-Rod just because you never know when, like, an MVP A-Rod performance, whether he's still got that in him or not. I just don't think he has a lot to work with on offense. He's got one receiver in DK Metcalf, who's pretty good. His other wide receivers are, you know, amongst the worst depth receivers in the league. Their starting running back, who was pretty mediocre to begin with, sounds like he might not play in this game, Jalen Warren. So they're already going to have to get to their depth chart from a running game standpoint. Sure. They got 2 okay tight ends, but one of them is banged up coming into this. I don't know if he's going to play. So and B-Flow, at least when the Vikings played against the Jets last year, when Rodgers was playing. I forgot to hit the music. We're going to be late here. They picked off Rodgers a couple times. I would have a reason. I have a hard time believing Pittsburgh is going to be explosive offensively in this game.
What time do you want me out? Now?
It's been 10 seconds. I was 10 seconds late.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
Oh, just 10 seconds late, so I can go a little bit. I don't have to be done in 10.
No, you're fine.
Thanks for having me.
Even for 10, we're late. We're fine. Great job.
Yeah, you as well. We thank you for spending time with us. I hope you'll be with us again Monday at 12 noon. Don't forget Vikings 6:30, 8:30. Hope you'll join us on Monday at 12 noon. But stick around. Big Ticket in JG. They're next right here in the Fan.
Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Minnesota!
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.